Tonight, remembering an icon. We're looking back on the legacy of a pioneer for Native issues in the community.
Plus, propane problems. Some say a shortage could be coming, and it could lead to a big hike in the price.
And later, why this year's walleye opener will be unlike any other for Northwest Wisconsin.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. Compassionate, warm, and kind. That's how a champion of the Northland's indigenous community is being remembered today by the people who knew him best.
Dr. Robert Paulus passed away at age 87 this week. For more than 4 decades, Dr. Paulus was a well-known community leader, educator, and advocate for Native justice. CBS 3's Jesse Slater takes a look back tonight on the legacy he leaves behind.
A legacy sure to live on.
He was a genuinely caring, kind, compassionate person.
Dr. Robert Paulus, also known as the Sunset Man, was a member of the Oneida Nation of Wisconsin and a lifelong educator at the University of Minnesota Duluth.
He was a very social person. He enjoyed telling jokes and laughing, and he was always concerned, about his students or the people he was working with on the different boards.
Paulus steered the development of the American Indian Studies program at 3 Minnesota universities.
He paved the way for so many people, and he gave them a voice.
After his retirement in 2000, he took on a career volunteering in the community.
He once said to me that the only difference between working and being retired was that he didn't get paid for doing all the things he did.
He was instrumental in developing the American Indian Community Housing Organization's housing program.
A strong advocate and leader for ACO when a lot of people weren't.
ACO even naming its cultural center after Dr. Paulus several years ago. His son tells me if he could say anything to his father right now, it would be good job.
I think we're all very proud of him and what he did with his life and the example he was to other people and the example that he was to us.
Dr. Paulus is survived by his wife, 2 children, and 5 grandchildren. According to his obituary, a memorial will be held when social circumstances allow.
Dave joins us for a look at the weather. Dave, kind of cold and wet out there today for a lot of us.
Yeah, temperatures did cool down today as the cloud cover went up and the rain showers came down, but those rain showers came up to some pretty decent totals for a lot of towns, which is good this time of year. Helps get things green, helps fight that wildland fire danger. Temperature-wise, a little cooler today, but will perk up tomorrow. And now let's take a look at the current conditions sky-wise and temperature-wise for our region. The rain showers are wrapping up for a lot of Minnesotans right now, and frankly, to the north and west of Duluth, people there didn't get that much anyway. So clearing sky to the northwest. Temperature still 45 degrees International Falls, but it falls to 40 here in the Twin Ports, and it's still pretty cloudy in northern Wisconsin and the UP. And tomorrow, there may still be a chance for a little bit of breeze lingering in the UP, but for the rest of us, it should dry up and then slowly but semi-surely clear up. So, taking a look right now at what we're expecting tomorrow with the day planner. Still maybe a little sprinkle chance in the morning, but it's a very slight one, and then we become partly cloudy in the afternoon. High goes to 56. The partly cloudy sky comes from a big cell of high pressure that could dominate our weather for the next 4 or 5 days. We'll talk about a sunny period coming our way now in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. In the last few weeks, we've seen half of the mines on the Iron Range lay off employees and shut down operations due to the steel industry taking a hit because of COVID-19. Today, Congressman Pete Stauber introduced legislation in hopes of making sure critical minerals used in the U.S. come from American soil. It's called the Securing America's Critical Minerals Supply Chain Act. According to the congressman, the goal is to incentivize American manufacturers to purchase critical minerals domestically. Stauber says the legislation will help put an end to what he calls the country's dependence on unreliable foreign nations. In a statement, Representative Stauber said, quote, "My legislation would take an important step to end our reliance on untrustworthy foreign nations by incentivizing American manufacturers to purchase critical minerals that have been processed here in the United States," end quote. Before COVID-19, there were some big projects taking over headlines in our region, like Twin Metals. The company is proposing to build an underground copper and nickel mine near Ely. Twin Metals submitted its mine plan of operation to regulatory agencies at the end of 2019. Once the pandemic hit the U.S., the DNR, like so many others, had to change how they do their jobs, but it hasn't stopped them from getting work done. The agency is still in the very early stages of review of the Twin Metals proposal, so they say it's manageable via telework, at least for now. Assistant DNR Commissioner Jess Richards says if they come across aspects of the permitting process that cannot be done virtually, then they'll figure out a way to evolve.
Yeah, certainly if we are at the point in a review process where we would seek public input, we're going to need to think real carefully about how we could provide robust and, meaningful opportunities for folks to weigh in. But we don't have anything imminent in front of us right now on that front.
The review process includes baseline data collection, impact analysis, and multiple opportunities for public input. The process is expected to take multiple years to complete.
The demand for crude oil has gone down dramatically during the COVID-19 pandemic. That means oil companies haven't been producing as much gas, which has limited the amount of byproducts like propane as well. It could pose some big problems for homeowners in the area. CBS 3's John Cardinelli explains how you can prepare for a possible propane price jump.
Many in the Northland rely on propane for everyday essentials.
Primarily in this area, it's home heating and also for commercial, water heating, laundry, dryers, cooking.
Propane used to come mostly from the refining of crude oil, but that has changed over time.
Nowadays, it's 60 to 70% of our propane actually comes from natural gas wells, and it's down to about 20 to 30% actually comes from the refining of crude oil, where it used to be the other way.
With less travel, there's no significant profit margins for oil companies, and experts say low demand means there isn't much to entice them to keep producing, which is causing gas wells to shut down.
Wells are being shut in, so propane is a commodity. It's traded by traders and companies.
According to Ryan Gunderson, president of Superior Fuel in Duluth, that means some propane providers are buying big now to prevent running out later. That could create a limited supply of propane and cause prices to soar in the near future.
So what they're looking at is the long-term impact is with wells being shut in, with crude not being refined, it is going to lead to a shortage at some point in the future. So we are seeing it start to go up in price just because people and hedge funds are buying the product.
However, Gunderson says there are things people can start doing now to prepare for the spike.
The main thing right now is we are still in a low price environment. Take advantage of it. Fill your tank up, ensure you don't run out of product.
Thinking ahead now to make sure you have what you need in the future.
Gunderson also recommends getting into a price contract with your supplier that can help provide consumers with a fixed price and protect them from big cost variances.
Canadian National Railway will have to pay more than $1 million settlement stemming from a 2016 forest fire in St. Louis County. The wildfire burned more than 970 acres in the town of Skybo, east of Hoyt Lakes. A third of the acreage was within the Superior National Forest. The U.S. Attorney's Office alleges a railroad locomotive that experienced, quote, a mechanical failure started the fire. It cost more than $1.5 million to fight the fire, which threatened the nearby city of Hoyt Lakes and forced several residents in the small community of Skybo to evacuate. CN did not immediately respond to a request for comment.
Vice President Mike Pence's visit to Minnesota today sparked some controversy. He toured the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, learning about their new partnership with the University of Minnesota. The hospital has been doing research on blood plasma from survivors of COVID-19 as a potential therapy for patients. Pence met with Governor Tim Walz, who explained the state's efforts to boost coronavirus testing up to 20,000 per day. The Vice President's visit wasn't without controversy, as he did not wear a mask, despite it being a Mayo Clinic policy.
Well, let me say, as Vice President of the United States, I'm tested for the coronavirus on a regular basis. And everyone who is around me is tested for the coronavirus. And since I don't have the coronavirus, I thought it'd be a good opportunity for me to be here, to be able to speak to these researchers, these incredible healthcare personnel, and look them in the eye and say thank you. Thank you for being a part of
It's Mayo Clinic's policy. Everyone has to wear a mask. In a now deleted tweet, the clinic said it did inform Pence of their policy before he arrived.
While Governor Walz was with the vice president, other state health leaders commented on Minnesota's largest one-day confirmed case jump to date. That total went up by more than 365 cases in the last day. State health experts say it's due to increased testing. Anyone with symptoms can now get tested. Before the governor announced the expanded testing, the state was testing about 900 people a day. Today, state health leaders say they're up to about 2,400. Their goal is to get to 20,000 tests a day. Experts say that will take time.
Wisconsin's National Guard continues to help in the fight against COVID-19. Major General Paul Knapp with the National Guard says more than 1,000 soldiers and airmen are helping. To coincide with the Badger Bounce Back Plan, they're setting up testing sites in correctional facilities, senior living facilities, and other organizations. They're also distributing PPE shipments around the state. Knapp says he's proud of those putting in the extra work to make sure Wisconsin can reopen safely.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, why one of the busiest fishing weekends in northwest Wisconsin will be anything but this year.
Plus, Dave will have a look at your forecast coming up right after the break.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS 3.
There are a lot of choices when it comes to automotive care, but how can you find someone you trust? At East End Auto, our customers have trusted us for the past 20 years to provide them with the best auto care. As your area's full-service repair shop, with the most modern equipment available to us, and backed by a 2-year, 24,000-mile nationwide warranty, honesty is what our customer relationships are built upon.
Locally family-owned and operated. Stop out to see why East End Auto is the community's trusted auto repair home.
Today, more than ever, you need fast, reliable internet. At Mediacom, we want you to know you can count on us. Our fiber-powered 100% gigabit technology network was built for the future. We have enormous capacity and power and 99.99% network reliability. So even though these are uncertain times, we're prepared. And you can be certain we'll keep your world connected.
I hail from Canada, but I'm not a hockey player. I came here for soccer, but my journey at UWS has turned into much more than just an athletic endeavor. I have a lot to thank professors for allowing me the opportunity to have confidence in myself, whether it's on the field or in the classroom or on the campus, and I think that I really flourished. For me, my experience at UWS has truly allowed me to connect with who I am. You know, for such a small campus, I think it offers such a big experience. The name Superior truly fits this institution.
It's time for the biggest sale of the year. It's time for the Toro Spring Sales Event. It's time to head to your local Toro dealer, where you can save up to $750 on select Toro Z-Masters, up to $600 on select Toro Time Cutters, and up to $500 on select Toro Grandstands and Titan HDs, plus special financing offers on brand new Toro equipment. Toro, count on it. For more info on great deals and financing offers, visit your local Toro dealer.
Hi, John with Prime Appliance, and our big 6% instant rebate sale has been extended through May 15th. Take another 6% off our entire in-stock and on-sale selection. Get your clothes sanitized with these stackable or side-by-side GE laundry pairs in blue, white, or titanium, all with high temperature boost to keep your laundry safe and clean, now starting at just $16.45 after rebate. Financing always available. Get it delivered or take it home today. Prime Appliance in Superior, the best place to buy your appliances.
CBS 3 Weather is brought to you by Kerry Toyota.
After a decent soaking rain today, for a lot of towns, things are starting to dry up and slowly clear up. And here in the northern fringes of Duluth here, I've got my own rain gauge out, and it looks like a ½ inch has fallen. So that's another 10 since we last showed off the rain gauge at 6 o'clock. The rain came just in the nick of time, too, to help things green up and help that wildland fire danger be put down, at least temporarily. And hopefully it'll stay down, because starting tomorrow, we're going to be entering a pretty dry period around our area with temperatures warming up, skies clearing up, and quickly until perhaps Monday, before we ever get another chance of rain around the region. But first, let's take a look at some numbers that are coming into the weather center here out on my deck. It's the almanac for the day, and we'll talk a little bit about temperatures, because at least here in Duluth, temperatures sure took a tumble from yesterday. Normal's 56, made it to 42 today. Tomorrow we could get back towards normal, which would mean about 56, of course, and then after that, Well, I do think we're going to get into the 60s for a couple of days before, in turn, we take a bit of a dive come next week. So it won't stay in the 60s forever just yet, but a couple days there should be pretty nice. Right now at the airport, we're at 40, 93% for the relative humidity, with an easterly, northeasterly wind now picking up towards 10 miles per hour. The air pressure has also picked up just a little notch, now up to 1,013 millibars. It was at 1,012 about 4 hours ago. Twin low pressure systems, that's what brought the rain here today. The first one is starting to exit, but there's still that second one off to the west, so I do think we still could get a few more spotty showers here as the night goes on through early tomorrow morning, and then that trough to the west as it goes through the UP could keep folks there getting rain and clouds longer than the rest of our region, because I think for the rest of us, we're probably going to start to dry up and clear up as early as tomorrow afternoon. Well, let's see how much rain we did get here today. And this next chart is going to show that to the north and west of Duluth, no, we didn't get that much rain at all. But here in the Twin Ports, the number, at least at the airport about 5 miles from where I am, is 4/10. So I got an extra tenth just from my location. Cracked an inch in Hayward, and 1.13 inches in Ashland, and 1 1/3 inches for the folks in Ironwood. Here's what we get temperature-wise tonight in Minnesota. Low temps, they are going to be running the range of pretty much the 30s here, with that rain shower chance winding down. And now we take a look at the forecast for Wisconsin and Michigan for the overnight. And low temps there are probably going to be in the mid to upper 30s, even lower 40s for some towns. That 60% rain chance should start to fall apart after midnight. For tomorrow, Wisconsin, Michigan, daytime high temperatures could be going from the 50s by the lake to about 60 farther inland. It's starting to clear up. Tomorrow, Minnesota should clear up as well. High temperatures, they're going to be getting towards the 60-degree mark as well. And now with that extended forecast, the extended forecast shows temperatures increasing as the week goes on, clouds decreasing, sunny period will be with us all the way through Sunday, the 60s all the way through Saturday, and then next Monday, Kristen and Tony, we get our next rain chance, which is just a 30% chance for showers.
Sure sounds pretty windy out there for you tonight, Dave. I hope you can get inside and warm up. Thank you.
Every first Saturday in May, Wisconsin anglers hit the lakes in hopes of catching the big one, and businesses hope to reel in big bucks, but this year is set up to be different. CBS3's Ryan Campo visited a Hayward resort and has more on how much they're expecting to lose out on.
The fishing opener is often a time of celebration for businesses across Wisconsin, but this year will be much different.
April was our first time ever. We had nobody stay here the whole month of April.
And according to Lori Welter, that's unusual, especially ahead of Wisconsin's fishing opener. Welter is a co-owner of the Four Seasons Resort. She says they started seeing an impact on their business when the stay-at-home order went into effect.
It's just the weirdest thing you could ever imagine. We've been here for 23 years. It's beyond anything we could imagine.
She estimates their business is losing about $33,000 per month.
It's going to be a huge hit on us and everybody, you know.
While this fishing opener won't be what she's used to, Welter says they're staying open for business and trying to stay afloat.
We serve to-go food on Friday and Saturday nights. We come out here after the kitchen's closed, and there's nobody in the bar, and there's not a car in the parking lot. It's very strange.
Welter says they have already started to see cancellations into July, and she's hopeful this ends sooner rather than later.
Greenhouses and garden centers across Michigan either have or soon will reopen their doors to customers during one of the most important times of the year for their industry. Governor Gretchen Whitmer last Friday lifted restrictions so plant nurseries and a few other kinds of businesses can resume operating, subject to social distancing rules. Schwartz's in the Detroit area plans to reopen this Friday. The owners say in Michigan, April, May, and June are their main money-generating months. So to reopen now is critical to their business. They're taking a number of safety steps necessary to open their doors.
We want to do things safely. That's priority one. So if that takes hiring more people to do that, we're willing to do that, absolutely.
The greenhouse is taking a number of steps to ensure social distancing. That includes only one entrance and one exit into and out of the business. And hand sanitizers will be available at both. They're also requiring all who enter the store to wear a mask. Still to come on Live Local CBS3, why experts say child abuse may be going unnoticed during the COVID-19 pandemic.
CBS3 Live Cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Our health professionals are working tirelessly to keep us safe. Our showrooms are now open. With any $499 purchase, Home will donate $50 to feed our local heroes. And for you, our neighbors, our best pricing and free no-contact delivery. And we can't wait to see you back at Home Furniture.
The world is changing quickly, and it's important to find calm in the storm. We're all focusing on the things that matter most: family, community, safety. At Northland Lawn Sport and Equipment, we're here to help you get back outside. Take a deep breath. Get the job done right. Have fun. We're here with you, and we've got everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at historically low prices. See Jeff, Frank, and Alex. We'll be here when you need us.
Let's be honest, Mom might be going a little crazy during this quarantine. This Mother's Day, celebrate her with a shimmering pendant from Numi Jewelers. Go to NumiJewelers.com and we will ship it to Mom for just $84.75. Shop the entire line for 25% off. Numi Jewelers thanks you for shopping local. Angie's Closet is here to help you refresh your spring wardrobe. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to find new outfits posted daily. Once you fall in love with the perfect style, comment on the post or direct message us to set up curbside pickup or shipping. Thanks for shopping local with Angie's Closet.
I will always be ready
for every storm and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on Live Local CBS3 Duluth.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northland still to this day. From environmental issues to economics and so much more. Join me, Kristen Bakke, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining. A fair and unbiased report that answers the tough questions surrounding the world of mining.
Eye on Mining with Kristen Bakke. Tuesdays at 10 only on Live Local CBS3. Brought to you by Iron Mining Association.
Home Sleep Express has more mattresses than any other retailer. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it at Sleep Express. Right now, get 6-year financing on Tempur-Pedic, Purple, Heirloom, and more. With more selection at the best price, why shop anywhere else but Home Sleep Express?
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
Northland, when you want the most new country, make the switch to Cat Country 98.9 KTCO.
Never met a girl like you. What makes you country?
#1 for the most new country.
Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Minnesota's Department of Veterans Affairs is urging people to have patience as they work to process grant applications for veterans who have been affected by COVID-19. Earlier this month, veterans could start applying for a share of $6.2 million in financial assistance. Brad Lindsay with Minnesota's Department of Veterans Affairs says their website was not set up for the online application process before COVID-19 hit. So they had to think fast to give veterans the assistance they need. They created a portal online where veterans who qualify for assistance can upload the documents the state needs to validate their applications. Since the program launched at the beginning of the month, they've validated about 2,000 applications.
The COVID-19 pandemic has put a spotlight on child abuse. That includes here in Duluth, where an advocacy center says they're seeing more calls about potential abuse. April is Child Abuse Awareness Month. With stay-at-home orders in place, advocates at First Witness Advocacy Center in Duluth say they're worried abuse might go unnoticed. They say not being able to see the children they help regularly right now is certainly concerning.
The challenge of that is knowing I can't just go over there and take those kids out, or we can't just go over there and say, is this kid safe right now?
If you're worried a child might be abused, experts advise you to start the conversation by asking how they are feeling.
Coming up in sports, night 1 of the Nation Women's Hockey League draft. Find out what the Minnesota Whitecaps were able to do coming up next.
Eye on Mining is brought to you by Iron Mining Association and Range Regional Airport.
Imagine building your Range Regional Airport without the mining industry. Now, imagine air travel without mining. We couldn't imagine that either. Welcome to Range Regional Airport, serving and supporting the Iron Range.
My name is Dan Metcalf. I'm a general surgeon and a colorectal surgeon at Memorial Medical Center. I bring a new set of skills to Ashland, and some of what Ashland would allow me is a culture that is very patient-centered. That's a really important part of surgery or medicine in general, is really getting to know the people that you're taking care of. I get the joy of seeing patients every day and taking care of people every day and learning about their lives as well as fixing them.
Hi, I'm Stephen Ray. At Miners National Bank, we offer local originating, local processing, local closing, and local servicing. For your next mortgage, apply now. MinersMortgage.com.
Miners National Bank of Evelyn, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I'm Tom Tiffany. We have a special election coming up on May 12th, and while I'd prefer to shake your hand and ask for your vote, that'll have to wait. A lot has changed, but not my message. I'm a farm boy from rural Wisconsin, proud father of 3 daughters, a small businessman, and a proven citizen legislator. In Congress, I'll stand with President Trump to get people back to work and America up on her feet. I'm Tom Tiffany, and I approve this message.
Northland, when you want the most new country, make the switch to Cat Country 98.9 KTCO.
Never met a girl like you. What makes you country?
Number 1 for the most new country.
Tony's start in the industry was in reporting and storytelling, and so to have those skills each night really adds value.
They're saying a Duluthian would need to work 90 hours to afford rent.
He went right from a reporter where he was covering everything in the Northland, and he went right to the desk. He really does know what he's talking about.
Get to know Anthony Mann weekday nights on CBS3.
I want people to tune in, and I want them to see a friend, because I'm a mother and I know how hard it could be. You're doing all these things and then you have the child and then no one talks to you about how lonely it can be. You know, who do you lean to? Who do you connect with? This segment is very important to me because I get to work, but I also get to work on my passion.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with Leanne Valdez on CBS3.
Imagine building your Range Regional Airport without the mining industry. Now, imagine air travel without mining. We couldn't imagine that either. Welcome to Range Regional Airport, serving and supporting the Iron Range.
Bosses, I'm the boss. Welcome back into sports. When sports evidently do return, the rookies that have been drafted so far and will be drafted by their respective sports will be certainly itching to get back to work. We've been talking a lot about drafts lately, and tonight we had another one, the National Women's Hockey League draft. The first of the 2 rounds were tonight. The Minnesota Whitecaps kept it local, selecting a pair of Golden Gophers, Alex Woken at number 5 overall and Patty Marshall at 11th. The 5-round draft will continue tomorrow with rounds 3 through 5, where we will hopefully see some Bulldogs names called. 18 more women will get the call for an opportunity to play some professional hockey. UMD women's soccer tops the entire nation amongst Division II schools in community service hours. From June 1st of last year up until now, the team has racked up 1,249 hours. That's the highest among any sport at UMD as well. Community service has always been a staple for the sport. If you look on social media, most recently, some of the players spent Earth Day picking up trash and just taking care of the earth.
One of our sayings is classroom competition community. So our school as a whole just really stems from the community and giving back, and sports are a huge thing for the city. So I think that's one of the reasons. Another one is just that values from our coaches and just from the girls that they recruit. I think that we all just have the same values in wanting to give back to the people that support us the most.
As a captain, Emily played a huge role in laying the groundwork and opportunities for her teammates. A lot of the volunteering came from what players were passionate about as well.
A lot of girls do stuff on their own, too. They don't even have it be a team thing or team related. One of the girls on the team went and volunteered at like a bear sanctuary this whole summer, and like just doing whatever we love and just incorporating volunteering into it is kind of how we got all those hours and stuff.
Here's a list of the top 5 schools in Division II soccer that led the nation in community service hours this year. UMD is followed by Georgia Southwestern, University of Mary, Georgian Court, and Emporia State. 3 NSIC teams cracked the top 10. That includes UMD. The 2020 NFL Draft is barely over, but the league is already looking ahead to next year. The 2021 Draft is heading for Cleveland from April 29th to May 1st. The Cleveland Browns will serve as the event's host. Fittingly, 2021 also marks the 75th anniversary of the Cleveland Browns. This year's draft that was slated for Las Vegas was moved to a virtual event due to the spread of COVID-19, but that didn't stop an estimated 55 million people total from tuning in over the past 3 days of the draft. Major League Baseball is reportedly going to allow teams to offer refunds to ticket holders. The league had been treating all the missed games so far this season as postponements, meaning teams did not have to offer refunds to fans. However, with the fate of the season in growing doubt, the league has changed course and will give the clubs that option. Each team will have to determine its own policy, and some could instead offer credits for the 2021 season. The decision by the league comes after 2 fans filed a suit to recoup the money they spent on the tickets this season. That is going to do it for sports this evening. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. Choose to make a healthy difference in people's lives and join our team. Visit EssentiaCareers.org.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. I'm a better neighbor because my service has taught me how important it is to be a team player. My training helps me in my classes when I must give attention to detail to the task at hand. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting nationalguard.com.
It's time for the biggest sale of the year. It's time for the Toro Spring Sales Event. It's time to head to your local Toro dealer, where you can save up to $750 on select Toro Z-Masters, up to $600 on select Toro Time Cutters, and up to $500 on select Toro Grandstands and Titan HDs, plus special financing offers on brand new Toro equipment. Toro, count on it. For more info on great deals and financing offers, visit your local Toro dealer.
We asked real customers what they really love about Spectrum Internet and TV.
Spectrum Internet has the fastest speeds for everything I do.
There is no turning wheel. It's immediate.
Spectrum's the fastest. Bam.
Get the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance with Spectrum Internet, delivering starting speeds of 100 megabits. That's more than enough for all your devices for $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
I can't get over how much on-demand Spectrum has. I can literally watch a new movie every night.
I got all my shows, and he's got all his shows.
With the Spectrum TV app, I can watch live TV anywhere. It's perfect.
Add Spectrum TV and enjoy more free HD and more free on-demand. Plus, use the Spectrum TV app to watch live TV on the go, all from $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
The fact that they don't have contracts, that says a lot about their service.
Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. Install Spectrum services yourself. Get a self-installation kit shipped right to your home. Call 833-906-4499.
Here at the Colorado Group, the health and well-being of our customers and employees is our top priority. Kohler has been privileged to serve this community for over 50 years. Our sales, service, and parts departments are open to serve you by appointment in order to provide a safe and healthy dealership visit. If you cannot make it to us, we will gladly come to you with a non-contact shopping or service experience. Please visit Colorado.com to set up your appointment today at any one of our family-owned dealerships.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
The Navy's Blue Angels and the Air Force's Thunderbirds teamed up for an air salute to the first responders of the coronavirus outbreak. A show of support for healthcare workers and first responders was on full display in New York City as the iconic Blue Angels and Thunderbirds flew over the pandemic's epicenter. Those who were able to see it say it was a high-flying tribute, spreading hope of better days. Flyovers are also expected to take place in dozens of other cities.
And hopefully the Thunderbirds will be here in July, provided the air show goes off without a hitch this summer.
So. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Facts